Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Masters of the Universe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Target exclusive New Adventures of He-Man, He-Man Galactic Protector. Let's get into it! Let's start our trip to the future with a look at the packaging. And, you know, it's not really anything new here as far as the packaging goes. 30 points of articulation, a hook, a barcode, Masterverse, and we've got that blue crackly, scrolly, whatever the pattern is. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's kind of cool looking still after all these years. 6 and up. Nice big window showcasing He-Man and all of his accessories. He-Man, which this is the logo from New Adventures of He-Man and He-Man. Mattel. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, mattelshop.com print, a question mark, some other symbols I'm not going to learn, contents, one figure, accessories, and a barcode. On this side, He-Man Galactic Protector. And on this side, some nice artwork of He-Man galactically protecting. Here on the back, some more nice artwork of He-Man. You can see some aliens in the background there. Some moons or whatever they might be. Let's see what it says about him. He-Man Galactic Protector. By the power of Eternia, the endangered planet of Primus is under attack by the evil mutants, leaving the Galactic Guardians but one choice. They traveled back through time to summon the one hero who could save them. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. And again, it's nice artwork there. Here's the cross sale, also available. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Colors and decorations may vary. And Evelyn Frost, Roboto, and Stratos. Mattel empowering the next generation to play. Recycled print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And handy dandy tweezers, let's take a look at the accessories first. And here is He-Man's laser sword, or the New Adventures version of the power sword, I'm guessing. And it's pretty nice looking. Nice gold paint app. Gold, bronze, whatever that happens to be. And then, you know, nice translucent on the blade. Speaking of nicely translucent, here is his, what appears to be an energy shield with a very stylized H on it. Or at least I'm guessing that's what it is. And then it's got a post here on the back that plugs into the gauntlet on his arm here. Then he also comes with 2 fists, which is nothing new to the Masterverse line. We've seen these probably exact fists before. Nice molded detail, molded in color. And then in order to make him Laser Sword He-Man, or at least I think that's what it's called, he comes with this helmet. And it does appear to be painted in this gold. If you look at the inside, I don't know how well you can see that in there. It's molded in a gold plastic as well, and then painted. I guess so the sword hilt and all the armor matches up. And then here's the Laser Sword He-Man chest armor. Again, nice molded details in it. It's got a few paint apps on it here and here. And again, I think it's painted all in this gold paint, because the inside also appears to be gold, but a different shade. And it's also a paint app here and here. And it's kind of hard to see on camera, but you can see it. And they did slop it a little bit right here where it got outside the lines. So, but again, looking on the inside, you can see it is molded in a type of gold plastic. And then it does have paint on it as well, it would appear to me. Some gold paint right here. So that's a look at the accessories there. Let's take a look at the figure. And before I get really all the way into this guy, I will say, right here at the boot cut, it was broken in the packaging. And as you can see, the peg was broke off. But as you can see, I did modify it with a couple of magnets to just kind of hold it in place. I wish I had just a slightly larger magnet with a little bit more surface area. Like, these are 2mm magnets. I wish I had maybe a 3, I think a 4mm would have probably been too big and would have messed up the remainder of the peg here, but a 3mm might do it. But these do hold pretty well. You get it on there, you can shake it a little bit, and you know, it stays on there pretty good. So I may just leave it alone at that. But let's take a look at the figure. Nice paint apps on the face, and I'm not sure if they use face printing technology like Hasbro does over at Mattel, but it does look really good. And then nice molded detail in the hair, a little paint app right here to hold his ponytail into place. Woo, super 90s. And then gold paint on his, I don't know, I wouldn't really call this a bandolier. Harness, I guess, maybe. This is the correct term, but it looks to be molded in this like brown, and then this bronze or gold, whatever it is, that's a paint app. And then here, and then the gold carries around to the back here, and then the gold here for the, well, the sword holder. I wouldn't really call it a sheath here. And then nice paint apps here for the belt buckle and even the belt. So nice paint app for that. These, I'm sure, are molded in this, and then the gold. No, I take it back. I think it's molded in this gold plastic. And that appears to be for both sides. And then it's got this extra gold here. Maybe this is bronze, this is gold, or this is bronze. I don't know. But anyway, there's a shiny paint app there. And then nothing really on the legs. I do believe it's paint here, and then swirly twirly plastic for the rest of the boot and the foot. So it's probably molded in this swirly twirly plastic all the way. And then they just put this paint app on it. Let's take a look at his articulation. At the head, he can look up that high. He can look down that far. He doesn't really have any chicken neck. He's got some waggle in there. He can do the full exorcist at the shoulder. Arm comes out to approximately 90 degrees, and it does have a 360 degree rotation there. Cut at the upper bicep for another 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless elbow, and it will give you that much bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist, on and in and out hinge. And in and out hinge, nope, I take it back. Up and down hinge on the sword wielding hand. So I think that's going to be something we see on He-Man from now on, is this up and down hinge on a He-Man so that he can hold his sword up in the air. Now there is a cut here where the chest meets the abdomen, and it gives you all kinds of little hula motion. Bend this way, bend that way. He can bend back that far, which is to say not very much. And he can crunch forward this far, which again is to say not very much. And I don't know if y'all heard it, but the leg fell off. So my fix isn't perfect, but it is pretty good. At the waist, a 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he can give you pretty much the full splits. He can kick forward that far. And he can take about a step back. As far as the knees, double hinged pinless knee. And that's just going to pop off again. And it is a little tight. No, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, he didn't soak it and broke it. No, it really did come out of the package broken. So the knee gives you that much bend. And then, of course, there is a boot cut at the upper shin for 360 degree rotation. At the ankles, goes down that far, up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as removing this harness and putting the other one on, before we do that, I'll just show that the sword will sit in the sheath or harness like that. And then to remove this one, here's the latch right here. And you just pull it loose. And then I'm thinking to get this other armor on him, I'm going to have to pop his head off. So be careful doing that, because watch right there. See that? A little off-camera action, and there went his leg again. So there we have the heads off. This armor unlatches here on both sides. If I can get it loose, let's see. I don't want to tear it up. Alright, got that loosened up. And just slide that on there. Pop the head back on. Latch the armor back out the sides, which is a lot easier than unlatching it, I'm telling you. So there's that chest piece into place. Then the shield again has that post, and here's the port for it. Again, it's the same as the Battle Armor He-Man, New Eternia Battle Armor He-Man. And just pop the helmet on him, and he does again have a little strap for the sword here on the back. And that's how that works. And of course he can hold the sword. Because what's good He-Man if he can't hold his sword? And there I go bumping the camera. Because what's a Digital Caveman presents review without a little camera bumping. And there we have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the New Adventures He-Man with the Revelation He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie from 1987 He-Man. Here's New Adventures He-Man with New Eternia Viking He-Man and New Eternia Battle Armor He-Man. Here we have New Adventures He-Man with our final Masterverse comparison, the 40th anniversary He-Man. And to see how he starts stacking up against other lines from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, we have Stan the Man Lee. For our final set of comparisons, here we have New Adventures He-Man with, from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and from the G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. For final thoughts on the Masters of the Universe Masterverse, the New Adventures of He-Man, I have to say, other than the leg being broken at the boot cut in the packaging, I have to say, even though I'm not as familiar with this version of He-Man as I may be with some others, it's a decent figure. I like the fact that he comes with enough accessories that he's actually two different, he's a mix of two different He-Man figures, the regular standard New Adventures He-Man, and then I want to say it was called the Laser Sword He-Man. So you can swap out the chest pieces and pop on the helmet to make him a different version of the character. I do like the reuse of the New Eternia Battle Armor He-Man arm on the left side for the shield to plug into. I think that's a pretty neat way to have them hold the shield, or to use the shield rather. Especially makes sense for this one since his shield looks like some sort of energy shield and probably just comes out of the wrist gauntlet. But again, a very 90s He-Man this one is, and other than the leg being broke, I have no issues or complaints with this one. It looks like the small amount of the cartoon that I did watch, which might have been one episode. I'm not even sure. But I have seen pictures over the years, and this really does remind me of that 90s aesthetic that they used for Masters of the Universe then. I would at least like to see them do the Skeletor to go with this He-Man. And as far as any other characters from the New Adventures, I'm not that familiar with it, so I'm not sure what other characters they may or may not do. But I would at least like to see Skeletor done the same way, where he can be the regular version or the laser staff or whatever the opposite of the laser sword He-Man was. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.